You're learning English wrong. Here's the right way. Before we begin, I want you to do one thing. Tap that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and hit the like. If you want to learn real English, the way people actually speak it, and if you're tired of boring lessons and useless memorization, you're in the right place. On our channel, we help you learn through stories, and we upload every single day. Now let me tell you something a bit surprising. You've probably been learning English the wrong way. Not because you're lazy. Not because you're bad at languages. But because you were taught to study English like a subject, not like a language. And that changes everything. Let's talk about how most people learn English. They sit down with a book. They memorize vocabulary. They study grammar rules. They do fill-in-the-blank exercises. They take tests. And then, when it's time to speak English in real life, everything disappears. They freeze. They forget. They panic. The words don't come out. Or they come out wrong. Does that sound familiar? Here's why that happens. English is not a subject like math. It's a skill. A living, breathing skill. You don't learn to ride a bike by reading about bikes. You don't learn to swim by memorizing how arms move in the water. In the same way, you don't learn to speak English just by studying it. You learn by doing it. So, if you've been focused on memorizing grammar rules and long vocabulary lists, let me tell you something important. That's not how native speakers learn their own language. They learn through exposure. Through repetition. Through sound. Through story. Through mistakes. And you can do the same, no matter how old you are or where you're starting from. Now let me share a quick story. There was a guy named Kareem. He had been studying English for 4 years. He knew the grammar. He knew hundreds of words. He passed his English test with a high score. But when he moved to another country and had to speak English every day, he realized something terrible. He couldn't speak. He understood some things. But when people talked fast, he couldn't follow. When someone asked him a question, his brain froze. He felt embarrassed, confused, and frustrated. Kareem wasn't bad at English. But he had been learning it the wrong way. So he decided to stop memorizing words. He stopped studying grammar. And he started learning English like a child. He listened to short stories in English. Every day. He didn't understand everything at first, but he listened again. And again. He repeated what he heard. He shadowed the speakers. He spoke to himself in the mirror. He didn't care if he made mistakes. After a few weeks, something changed. He started understanding more. Words started coming out faster. Speaking didn't feel scary anymore. Within a few months, Kareem was having normal conversations. He was still making mistakes, but it didn't matter. People understood him. He understood them. That was the goal. He learned the smart way. The natural way. Now let's break it down and see what the right way actually looks like. First, stop worrying so much about grammar rules. You don't need to understand every tense before you start speaking. You don't need to memorize every exception. In fact, most native speakers can't explain grammar rules, but they speak fluently. Why? Because they've heard English a million times. Their brain feels the grammar, even if they can't explain it. You can do the same. Instead of asking, is this correct grammar? Ask yourself, does this sound natural? You can train your brain to hear the rhythm and patterns of English by listening to real conversations, short stories, and simple dialogues, again and again. Second, forget about long vocabulary lists. If you write down 20 new words a day and try to memorize them, your brain will be tired and confused. And worst of all, you won't use those words. Instead, learn words in context. That means, learn them inside phrases, inside sentences, inside stories. Don't just learn the word walk. Learn, I'm going for a walk. Learn, do you want to take a walk with me? Learn, she walked past the window without looking in. When you learn a word inside a sentence, it sticks better. You understand how it lives. You understand its friends, the other words around it. Third, don't study English only with your eyes. Use your ears. Use your mouth. Reading is good. But if you only read, you won't train your ears. You won't improve your listening. And if you never speak out loud, you won't build confidence. Every day, listen to something short and understandable. It could be a story, a small conversation, a video like this. Listen actively. Try to understand. Then listen again. Pause. Repeat what you hear. Shadow the voice. This is called deep listening. It's slow, but it's powerful. And don't forget to speak. You don't need a partner. You don't need a classroom. You can speak to yourself. Describe your day. Say what you're doing. Ask yourself questions. Try to explain your thoughts in English. The more you use your mouth, the easier it becomes. Fourth, don't be afraid of mistakes. Let me tell you the truth, you will make mistakes. A lot of them. And that's not a problem. That's part of the process. When a child learns their first language, they make mistakes all the time. But they don't feel ashamed. They don't stop talking. They keep going. And because they keep going, they get better. You can do the same. If you wait for perfect grammar and perfect vocabulary before speaking, you'll be waiting forever. Fluency doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from using what you have, again and again, until it grows. Fifth, don't learn in silence. Language is sound. Rhythm. Voice. Emotion. If you learn only through quiet reading, your English will be slow and stiff. If you learn with sound, your English will become alive. So every day, expose yourself to the sound of English. Feel the melody of real speech. Repeat it. Play with it. Make your voice move like English speakers do. It might feel strange at first. But it's how your brain builds natural fluency. And here's the final point. Learning English is not about being smart. It's about being consistent. You don't need to study for 3 hours. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up. Every day. Even for 10 minutes. If you listen to one short story every morning, and you repeat some parts out loud, and you review some useful phrases, and you speak a little, you will improve. Your brain will change. Your ear will improve. Your mouth will move faster. Your sentences will flow better. You will feel more confident. And it doesn't happen all at once. It happens step by step. So if you're learning English and you feel stuck, don't give up. Just change your method. Stop memorizing. Start experiencing. Stop focusing on rules. Start focusing on rhythm. Stop thinking too much. Start speaking more. And remember, you are not bad at English. You just need a better way to learn. So here's what I want you to do next. In the comments, tell us which part of this video helped you the most. Was it the part about vocabulary? About speaking out loud? About grammar? Choose one thing that you're going to change today. Not tomorrow. Today. Write it down in the comments. Let's help each other learn. And if you found this video helpful, share it with a friend who's learning English too. Let's grow together. Don't forget, we upload new videos every single day. Real stories. Real English. Real progress. So make sure you're subscribed and the bell is on, so you don't miss a thing. Thanks for learning with us. Keep going. You're doing better than you think.